Imagine waking up tomorrow morning and never forgetting anything again. No missed appointments, no forgotten names, no lost passwords, no misplaced memories. Every conversation, every book you've ever read, every face you've ever seen, instantly searchable, instantly retrievable. Perfect recall. For centuries, this idea belonged to science fiction. Today, it is becoming a serious scientific discussion. Companies are building brain-computer interfaces, researchers are developing neural implants, neuroscientists are mapping memory circuits with unprecedented precision. And for the first time in human history, we may be approaching a future where memory itself can be upgraded. But should we? Today, we're exploring one of the most profound questions facing humanity. Not whether neural implants are possible, but whether they should be used to enhance healthy human brains. Because once we move beyond treating disease and begin enhancing normal cognition, everything changes. The original purpose of brain implants. Let's begin with something important. Neural implants were never originally designed to create superhumans. They were designed to restore function, helping a paralyzed person move, helping a blind person perceive visual information, treating Parkinson's disease, reducing severe epilepsy, restoring lost neurological function. Few people object to these uses. Why? Because medicine has traditionally aimed to restore what disease has taken away. If someone loses vision, we restore vision. If someone loses movement, we restore movement. If someone loses memory because of injury or Alzheimer's disease, most people would support efforts to restore memory. The ethical framework feels straightforward. But then a question emerges. What happens when we move beyond restoration? Therapy versus enhancement. This distinction may define the future of neuroscience. Therapy restores normal function. Enhancement exceeds normal function. Imagine two individuals. One suffers memory loss following a brain injury. A neural implant restores memory. Most people support this. Now imagine a healthy university student. No disease, no injury, no impairment. But they want perfect recall. Should they receive the same implant? Suddenly the ethical landscape changes. The technology remains identical, but society views it differently. Why? Because enhancement challenges our concepts of fairness, achievement, identity, and what it means to be human. How human memory really works. Before discussing enhancement, we need to understand memory itself. Most people imagine memory as a recording device, like a video camera. The brain captures information, stores it, retrieves it later. But neuroscience tells us memory is far messier. Human memory is reconstructive, not reproductive. Each time you remember something, your brain partially rebuilds it. The memory changes slightly, details shift, emotions influence recall, context shapes interpretation. Memory is not a hard drive, it is a living biological process. And strangely enough, its imperfections may be part of what makes us human. Would perfect memory be a gift or a curse? This may sound surprising. But forgetting serves an important purpose. The brain constantly removes information. Why? Because memory storage requires energy, attention, and resources. If every experience remained equally vivid forever, the brain would become overwhelmed. Researchers studying individuals with highly superior autobiographical memory have discovered something fascinating. Many struggle to stop remembering. Painful events remain extraordinarily vivid. Embarrassments never fade. Emotional wounds persist. The ability to forget may actually be a feature, not a bug. So before we ask whether technology should eliminate forgetting, we should ask whether forgetting is essential for psychological health. Shah's the Silicon-Brain Partnership. Now imagine a future neural implant, a small device integrated directly into memory circuits. The hippocampus, the brain's memory gateway. Every conversation stored, every experience indexed, every memory searchable. Artificial intelligence helping organize your thoughts, retrieving information before you consciously request it. In many ways, this sounds like an external hard drive connected directly to the brain. And for some people, it may be revolutionary. Students, scientists, engineers, pilots, surgeons, professionals managing enormous information loads. The potential advantages are obvious, but so are the risks. Who owns your memories? This question may become one of the defining ethical issues of the century. Today, your memories exist largely inside your skull. Private, personal, protected. But if memory becomes digital, who owns the data? You, the company, the government, insurance providers, employers? What happens if memory data is hacked, copied, manipulated, deleted? The cybersecurity challenges alone are staggering, because unlike passwords, you can change a password, you cannot easily change your life experiences. The identity problem. Perhaps the deepest concern is philosophical. Who are you? Most people would answer, I am my memories, my experiences, my relationships, my story. Memory forms the foundation of identity. Now imagine that memory becomes editable, upgradable, searchable, artificially enhanced. At what point does memory stop being entirely human? And does that matter? Some philosophers argue that externalized memory could fundamentally alter selfhood, not because the implant changes the body, but because it changes the architecture of consciousness itself. The aging brain and the promise of neuroaugmentation. The strongest argument in favor of memory implants may come from aging. The global population is aging rapidly. Alzheimer's disease, mild cognitive impairment, age-related memory decline. These conditions affect hundreds of millions of people. If neural implants could preserve memory function for decades longer, the benefits would be enormous. Families preserved, independence maintained, knowledge retained, human suffering reduced. This is where neuroscience and ethics collide. Because technologies developed to help aging brains may eventually become available to healthy brains, and history suggests enhancement often follows restoration. The new cognitive divide. Imagine two future societies. One group can afford memory enhancement, the other cannot. One group remembers more, learns faster, processes information more efficiently. The other remains biologically limited. Would neural implants create a new form of inequality? A cognitive elite? A biologically enhanced class? This concern is not science fiction. Every major technological revolution creates new inequalities before society adapts. Neurotechnology may be no different. Can humanity handle its own creation? Throughout history, humans have expanded their capabilities. Language, writing, printing, computers, the internet, artificial intelligence. Every generation feared new technologies would fundamentally alter humanity. Yet humanity adapted. Neural implants may simply represent the next stage. The difference is that previous technologies remained outside the brain. This technology enters the brain itself. The boundary between human and machine becomes blurred, and that changes the conversation entirely. The OXYZEN perspective. At OXYZEN, we believe technology should enhance human understanding, not replace humanity. The future of health intelligence may involve wearables, artificial intelligence, neural interfaces, digital biomarkers, continuous monitoring, and perhaps someday, memory augmentation. But technology must always serve human well-being, not merely technological capability. The question isn't, can we build these systems? The question is, how do we use them wisely? Final thought. For thousands of years, human memory has defined civilization, stories, culture, knowledge, identity, history. Now, for the first time, memory itself may become programmable, searchable, upgradable, perhaps even shareable. The implications are extraordinary. But so are the responsibilities, because the future challenge will not be creating smarter machines. It will be ensuring that enhanced humans remain deeply human. I'm Dr. Yende, and this is OXYZEN Health Intelligence. And before I leave you with a question, if a safe neural implant could double your memory capacity tomorrow, would you choose it, or would you prefer to remain entirely biological? Let us know in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next episode.